video game tier list. Before we skip to that, I'm just going to put the final tier list right on screen right now so you don't have to click away. Okay, now you can start typing your hate comments. Get into some of the ground rules first. The difference between each of the tiers isn't as big. Like say for example, Minecraft and B tier can easily go into B plus tier or the C minus tier just as easily depending on how I'm feeling about it if I just put in the B tier. And say, well, this is just my opinions alert. Starting off, Genshin Impact. I used to like it, but now I don't since it just feels worse than the other games I play. The music hard though, we'll give it that, but the game just lost me around Natland. In the famous baseball term,
This ball is local, just like the ex-girlfriend who will never return.
anyways, with Punishing Gray Raven, this is the game that I went to after I quit Genshin. Going to the A tier was used to have like the speed up with the Chinese version, so I set up my account really fast and I liked the combat and just liked the combat more. Wuthering Waves. Played this game later on just to see if my problem with my beef with Genshin was with just open world gacha games or if it was with just Genshin Impact specifically. It was with Genshin Impact specifically. It's moving on. Pokemon Unite. License Journey killed the game. Used to play with friends and used to play with people, but the devs just did not know how to balance their Pokemon. Minecraft, played it since I was, got my sister into the game, so now we can actually play that game together. Now, this is just Smash Icon, but it's representing Smash Ultimate specifically, and it's going to the S. I make content for the game. Guy, played this game earlier, it's going to be C tier, just because I like playing the game during COVID, it's community-based, but not really social. The movement exploration is fun. Monster Hunter Wild goes into B tier. I haven't played as much, but I just beat the main story with my friends, but it was really fun. And Pokemon Blue going into the B tier because I played it on an actual Game Boy, and it was one of those things where I see how the game became so popular. And then it's Gen 5. These games, I like them a lot. Now it's Pokemon Y. Pokemon Y tried. The story's not there, the balance isn't there. The balance tried to copy Gen 5 with the Gym Leader Pokemon, but at least the Pokemon refreshes. That's the thing saving it from the bottom. Okay, now we have Pokemon Alpha Sapphire, and this is a game that I just completely forgot I played. Moon. It's a unique game, definitely story-based. Now we have Let's Go Eevee. I'm gonna look like a Gen winner. Pokemon Sword. Pokemon Sword tried to have the sauce, but I think it's barely fails. Shining Pearl. What is this game? I did not enjoy my time with it. Now Legends Arceus though, that's going into the A tier. I liked the setting, and one of the most parts of Legends Arceus that I liked is that you just plopped into a world. You don't know who's the predator and who's the prey. Violet going into D tier tries to cook with the open world. It just doesn't full send it. This Pokemon Mystery Dungeon DX. This one probably has the best graphics of all. The universal problems of the game is that the games have high replayability, but there's no skip button in the cutscenes, and the cutscenes also aren't voiced. And if I compare it to Fire Emblem's development generally developed better than Pokemon. With Fire Emblem Engage, B+, first Fire Emblem game that I played, it had the best combat, but the story is kind of bad, I will admit. Three Houses, I like the story, I played through all 4 routes. First half of the game just as a drag when you're playing through it 4 times. Fire Emblem Awakening, for me, has a good story. I like the breeding of the combat units. Don't look at the story. If you want to enjoy the story, you have to bleach your eyes out to start seeing John Cena. Xenoblade Chronicles 2, putting that game into A tier. I like the story. Combat is just that the combat is not explained to you well at all, but if you do get into it, it is a pretty good game. Persona games. Those Persona games are also going into the A tier. Yeah, I like the social links. I like Persona 5, I think, does the Confidants better. Then there's Metopia, which is D tier. This game is just pure chaos, and I love it. The only problem is that the game doesn't roll credits after the Dark Lord. Next up is Undertale. Might be a hot take, but it's good RPGs. I just don't really like bullet hells as much. Starting off with Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, B tier. I like exploring. I like the wind bombs aspect of it. Like Tears of the Kingdom, I didn't enjoy as much. The UI just got really bad. Flyer, it's a nice little art Metroidvania. Except Nier Automata, that game is another one that's going into the S tier. Specific distinction of games that can play a lot and games that you can only replay once. And Nier Automata is that game. The Sonic Frontiers. In my notes, I just have it that this is the Super Sonic Ore game and it's B tier. So I'm just gonna trust that. Bayonetta's 1 and 2. They're both going in the same tier, that being plus. Bayonetta 1 has the better story, and the story feels like always one-upping itself. Bayonetta 2 has the better combat controls. Now, Devil May Cry is going into the S tier. Now, I learned how to play Virtually somewhat well. Mario in general. Most of these games I don't remember as much. Mario Odyssey, I think it has the best movement mechanics. Super Mario 64 is definitely showing its age. Especially isn't for me is Mario Sunshine, which I did not like. I feel like the runbacks for like the certain lives. Now, Galaxy, I like the concept of it a lot. Super Mario 3D World and Bowser's Fury. For 3D World, I don't like green stars. Bowser's Fury is a nice run through, just Bowser's Fury just had no visual sauce. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, I typically play with other people. I don't really play this game alone, and for that, the people that I play with don't really provide a challenge for me. Sonic Forces D+, this is the OC game. Air Memories of Old, going into C tier, like the flying, similar to Sky in that way. Louie the video game, F tier. Put any higher in its joke. First Tree, I like the story of it a lot, so it's going to B+, and it's just a walking sim with the fox. Spirits of the North is kind of also going up there. Squirrel with a Gun, this is similar to like a Mario game, but the concept is just funny. I was constantly laughing. Hollow Knight, where I tend to overplay, grinded out Hollow Knight a lot during COVID, and now it's just not as fun for me to play anymore since I know all the skip. Now when Silksong came out, it's honestly a contender for the S tier, but there are some problems. Some of the runbacks just aren't as good, but you already heard that. Fools, I just am not a fan of the shard system. Celeste is just fun to move around in, has a good story as well. Okay, so Cuphead. Only problem is I have a skill issue and I'm taking it out on the game's tiering placement. The tier, the levels were good, just because of the lives mechanic. I'm just not a fan of lives in the modern day, and this game uses it. Baby Star Allies, it's a cute little game. Next up is the Ori and the Blind Forest and Ori the Will of the West. I like both these games. These games are going to the A tier. Next up is the One Shot World Machine Edition. Now, I have some bad news for any Nico enjoyers. Nico isn't real, and that makes me sad. It's going into the S tier. Okay, so I made some minor adjustments and then ordered the S tier and the F tier. In the F tier, the game to the far right is the worst. Game to the left is less worse. The S tier, game to the far left is the best game. Game to the far right is number 5. With that, I want to thank you all for watching and have a good day.